All right, you guys, welcome to Chris Wrestling Views. Last night, you guys, on Monday Night Raw, we opened up the show where Jey Uso, gets his people together and get ready to do the entrance for his theme song and yeet everywhere. And so, of course, before he can even say anything about Logan Paul attacking him last week, we ended up hearing from Paul Heyman, which he mentioned, ladies and gentlemen. And then, of course, the name is Paul Heyman, which we already know that. So he gets into the ring, and Jey Uso was like, you have a lot of audacity coming out here. Then he breaks down to actually say the reason why he turned on Roman Reigns and the real reason why he also turned on CM Punk as well. And you go into detail about Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, Solo, and everybody put him through that table. And that after he lost the title to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, and Roman Reigns just disappeared, and then ended up coming back at SummerSlam. And then, but Paul Heyman, you guys, he was just going in, and I thought he was, about to croak or something like that. But I was like, God dang. And then, of course, you guys, that's where Jey Uso was saying, pretty much Paul Heyman told Jey Uso that he wanted to chase him for the, challenge him for the title tonight on Raw. So later in the night, the main event was Jey Uso versus Seth Rollins. It was a pretty good matchup, I have to say the least. It was some good kickouts and everything. But I'll get to that a little bit later. Then, you guys, we had Paul Heyman backstage. He got that orange tan like Braun Breaker. You can see where Paul Heyman was pretty much saying that Jey wasn't focused on, Seth Rollins. He was focused on Logan Paul. And then I want to go ahead and knock the match out real quick. Anyways, you can see where Paul Heyman was pretty much doing that whoa thing, like the crowd always do for Seth Rollins. And then you can see the match where Jey Uso goes for outside dive and then pushes CM Punk over the thing. And Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins just pretty much sails it. Like, he jumps back onto the table. He didn't, get pushed or anything. He just jumps back. And then, of course, you can see where Braun Breaker, is looking on to the match. He can see Seth, he's trying to, Paul Heyman trying to give Seth Rollins some words of encouragement. And then we ended up seeing where the current stunt was halfway delivered. And I thought that was over right there. Sami Zayn did come out, you guys, and he ended up spearing Jey Uso as well after the CM Punk song hit. And then Braun Breaker's looking like, oh shoot, here this guy, we just took him out along with Roman last time. So CM Punk does come back. The referee didn't even call for the bell. He just hops out the ring, no bell or anything like that. CM Punk started laying the beats onto Seth Rollins with the steel chair. And of course, after then, you can see them hightail back up the ramp. Sami Zayn, of course, is still holding their stomach. Why is everybody wearing black? Like Jey wearing black, Sami wearing black, CM Punk wearing black, Braun Breaker wearing black. Like, everybody's wearing black but Seth Rollins, which is weird. I don't understand it. Anyways, Penta, he did have a match with JD McDonough. Penta did have a new theme song where it looks like WWE is slowly moving away from Death Rebel, which is great for WWE to actually do that because they're messing up on songs big time. And then, of course, Penta, he's they're fighting. I think I think he cut his arm or something like that during the match. But anyways, Penta ended up winning with they call it a Mexican Destroyer, but I still call it the Canadian Destroyer or the Sunset Flip, Panama Sunrise, whatever you want to call it. He ended up winning that way because Chad Gable tried to come up there and pull the leg of Penta, but the referee was distracted because he was trying to get Finn Balor and JD McDonough out of the way, and Penta still ended up winning. We did see Grayson Waller and Austin Theory backstage with Adam Pearce, and pretty much setting Austin Theory up with a match. Of course, that would be with the returning of Sheamus, which we haven't seen in probably like a month or two now. But Sheamus is back. He doesn't look all flimsy like he did And I still don't like the new theme song. I really wish they would have kept him with the old theme song that he had when he debuted in 2009 at ECW. But anyways, we did see Grayson Waller, look at Austerity's, tell him, why did you do this to me or whatever. And so Grayson Waller just gave him that smug, look, like pretty much looking down at the floor and like, well, that's whatever. But we did get like a smirk right here after Sheamus won. So maybe this is where WWE actually do the split between Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, that like they should have been done this like way before WrestleMania and way before Royal Rumble. We also did get the New Day. Of course, Becky Lynch ended up walking through them, and they really wasn't talking about nothing. But Becky Lynch, she came out there talking about Lara Valkyria and saying that Bayley, talk about Bayley as well, said Bayley was garbage. And of course, Lara Valkyria, she did end up coming out and, they pretty much have their war at words. But I feel like Becky Lynch just really needs to like go to AEW, because I don't think like this is the same character we've seen for her in a lot, like ever since she's came to the main roster. This is the same exact character we always seen from Becky Lynch, and I feel like if she goes to AEW, I think it'll be better for her. But I doubt she'll go to AEW, more likely until Seth Rollins possibly go. But who knows, you guys? They ended up brawling, and Lara Valkyria still stand tall over Becky Lynch, which we feel like that Becky Lynch will possibly win that Intercontinental Championship for the first time this Saturday at Backlash. Now, we did get where Dominic Mysterio will be defending that championship against Penta. Now, of course, we know Finn Balor definitely wants that championship, and he cannot stand Dominic as the Intercontinental Champion. So we know Finn Balor is going to have some kind of role into this match as well. AJ Styles walked up, and it was kind of weird that he, got in there and he told, he said to Finn Balor, he said, "Hey, Prince," and then he was like, "Hey." I was like, okay, so maybe we're getting up to where we may get like the reform of the Bullet Club, with AJ Styles and Finn Balor, but we'll see how that's going to go. Next, you guys, Io Sky, of course, she did win her match until she was attacked by Julia, of course, from NXT. I'm glad they're also calling Julia up for sure. And we ended up seeing where, of course, Rhea Ripley wasn't there. She was in Perth, Australia, promoting, they're going back there once again, which is, a great crowd as well. But they end up standing over her. Now, we did get this thing when Jey Uso was coming out for his, main event match against Seth Rollins. Could Liv Morgan possibly get replaced by Roxanne Perez in the Judgment Day, or will they make their own group with Finn, AJ Styles, and, Roxanne Perez? Now, that's a good thing. We did get the tail of the tape where we had Rusev versus Otis in a one-on-one match. Two big powerhouse guys just, ready to clash and everything. Rusev, they pretty much said that he was, rescued from the abyss, which they were keep throwing reference at AEW. And, of course, Otis did lose the match pretty much, and he was tapping out with his left hand, but the referee Jessica Carr didn't see it, but she ended up seeing he tapped out with the other hand. And a little Akira Tozawa was gonna jump up there and pretty much like I bet you won't take me down, or whatever he was saying. But you guys, that's when Akira Tozawa ended up taking his, ripping off his shirt like he was somebody. But they ended up just doing where Rusev ends up walking away, comes back, freaking throws little Tozawa onto Otis, and pretty much, he pretty much packed him up. Also packed up packed up Otis once again, and then Adam Pearce had to come out there and pretty much, like, hey, get off him. I was like, man. I was like, shit, it making Otis look, really relevant, going against Rusev. Maybe he can save save Otis' career, because it's, it's been on the flop ever since the Alpha Academy thing has been done. But of course, we end up getting to where we see Natalya, of course, back there helping and stuff as well. We also ended up getting Pat McAfee in a Gunther, segment, and he was just pretty much saying that, he's gonna beat him and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm kind of ready for this match, you guys. I'm not really sure. I really want to go into a lot of details into this thing, but it was an okay show. Great thing about the show was the main event. If I had to give a rating on the show, I'm gonna have to give it a 7 out of 10. It was an okay show, not a good show. Had less matches, more talking. By the way, you gotta like, comment, subscribe to Chris Wrestling Views here on YouTube.com. If you're watching this on TikTok, follow me at Chris944, KHRIS944. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.